Coming up next.
The punter Logan Cook set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And led out by the rookie. Expectations high here as he's making his first NFL start.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Second down and 8. Looking to throw. Jordan finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Operating from the gun. Jordan. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Jordan. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Back to throw again. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson from 8 yards out. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Etienne up the middle. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Here's Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. At about 25 yards on third down. They'll take it. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time I just walk it out here and hand it to him. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jordan, slant route, and he's got Addison. Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of his speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Get out of here with the 6 on the board, fellas.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And one more time, here's Kirk. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, fingers crossed here, 1st quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. 2nd down, here's a run with Bigsby. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. On play action, Lawrence. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6.
Back to the ground with Etienne.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. But they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll run with Etienne. And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Straight ahead, Etienne. Able to avoid him. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Right there, baby.
They'll run with Etienne, fighting it off. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Etienne will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. A big play, if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Off play action. Jordan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jordan. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jordan. And this is incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Jordan. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball. And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in his first half. It's a 1st down. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. A handoff for Etienne. And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down. And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Lawrence to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of. Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Minnesota's offense takes over possession as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half. Yeah, into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget. Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him What does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram from 17 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now out comes Minnesota. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jordan. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Oh, and Nelson space to operate. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. To throw on 2nd down, Jordan. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
To throw on 3rd down, Jordan. And this is going to be incomplete. So incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. On 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. Lawrence going to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Jaguars first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, it's Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Dean Lowry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown! Evan Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time, a 9-play drive. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And just shutting him off there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and it's the Packers who have the lead in that one. Aaron Jones has a touchdown on the ground. We'll stay in the AFC North as we head over to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And that game all tied up as they host the visiting Giants. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. The Jags were treated to a strong first half from their franchise quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now Lawrence on first down. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Handoff running left is Etienne. Gets around him. Room here to run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Throwing to start the drive. Jordan. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as the tackle made up near the 35. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jordan. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Throwing again. Jordan. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
He didn't have a chance to scan the field there. It felt like he had place. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Travis Etienne of the Jags offense set to take over again here.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
Go get that 6!
Here's Lawrence to throw.
A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken right around the 44.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
On 3rd down, Jordan.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The end result, 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Madison is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10
at their own 24.
They'll look to Etienne to start things out. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building and building. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Jags are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at Week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in Week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Jordan over the middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Vikings first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
First down, Vikings.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll try the left side with Etienne. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. And they'll go again with Etienne. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one is right down the middle.
So the starting field position was terrific following a surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Taken at the goal line.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. Almost have to run extra plays and try to move it.
It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he said,
and he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will extend their lead even further.
They're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know. If you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And out now come the Vikings. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Throwing on first down. Jordan. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. That is caught, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. Back to throw. Jordan to Jefferson on the slant. Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jordan. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, 29 yards. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown may be a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still...
Breaks the tackle, now Allen. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 118 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, right back to Etienne. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
All right, now, let's get in that end zone.
Another tote for Etienne. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week